And joining us now is the Health Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Rajesh Tope. Mr. Tope, Maharashtra remains the country's COVID epicenter. Maximum cases still coming out of Maharashtra. And now the worry is it's spreading beyond Mumbai into the rural parts. 30% positivity, Vidarbha, Marathwada. And here the infrastructure is not so good. So does that worry you, Mr. Tope, now that the challenge is going to become even more difficult in Maharashtra in the weeks ahead?
Yes, of course, it is a worry for government and especially for the health department. The spread as it is seen nowadays in the rural part as compared to the metros. Metros are now day to day declining from my the figures which are coming on daily. But in the rural part there is a more spread which is seen, and the infrastructure is a challenge. But of course, we are in the district hospital, which we call as a district health district COVID hospital (DCH). So there we are ramping up with the beds. We are ramping up with all the facilities which are required for the beds, like the doctors, the medicine facilities, the oxygen requirement, and even in the taluka places, in the block places also, there are rural hospitals which is a part of our health infrastructure in our public health department. So in rural hospital also, we are converting those rural hospitals into COVID hospitals and also increasing the number of beds.
So you're saying you're ramping it up. So you're saying you're ramping. No, Mr. Tope. Mr. Tope, you're saying you're ramping it up, but from your home region of Marathwada and Beed, we've had a story today of 20 bodies dumped into one ambulance. Everywhere I am getting reports of remdesivir shortage in Maharashtra. In the rural parts, particularly, the shortage is even greater because there is even more black marketing and hoarding taking place. I'm just trying to understand. If 30% positivity rate is there in parts of rural Maharashtra, in Vidarbha, Marathwada, how quickly will you be able to ramp up to meet this challenge?
No. Now the bed management, we have really made it stable. It's not like the patients are not getting beds at all. We are, yes, it is a position of hand to mouth, but it doesn't mean that they are not getting beds. They are getting beds. We have increased a lot of oxygen beds. We have increased ICU. Even the private players we have asked to fall in line with the government. We have also requisite more than 80% of the beds of the private hospital, and the remdesivir shortage, as you know, Rajdeep ji, that this is totally it is the production of the 7 companies which actually helps in increasing the numbers of remdesivir in the respective states, because now the total control is in the hands of Government of India, especially the pharma department, and now they are allocating how much to give to which of the states. They had formulated this by having by seeing some of the indicators, like how many active patients are there, what is the how many are the critical patients and all. So seeing that, they allocate remdesivir. So it is not, the demand is still 60,000 per day and we are getting 40,000, even though they have increased our quota by like 10,000 a day. Previously we were having just 26,000 in the last week. Now they have made it 35 to 40,000 a day, but still it is a shortage because our demand is 50 to 60,000 actually a day.
Mr. Tope, I want to understand this. No, you are being very honest with me, saying that you are living hand to mouth literally, whether it is coming to oxygen supplies, ICU beds or remdesivir. I want to understand very clearly. Who do you hold responsible? Is the Maharashtra government not accountable? Did you not prepare for this kind of surge? Do you believe that the surge was way beyond your expectations? Or are you blaming the center which is distributing remdesivir, for example, according to a quota system? Who are you blaming? Your lack of preparation or the center system of this quota raj which they have started?
No, there are two challenges at present which government is facing or Maharashtra is facing. That is, one is the medicine challenge, second is the oxygen challenge. I think the bed challenge is not a challenge. I will not say that there is no bed available in Maharashtra in any of the district. Beds are available. I am very clear about that. Yes, it is not that we are too much of surplus in beds, but yes, it is a hand to mouth situation. But beds are available, especially to the choiced hospitals. The beds availability is a challenge for every patient. For the choiced hospitals, but not for if he goes to a alternate hospital, yes, he can get a bed of oxygen as well as ICU. But of course, the challenge is of oxygen and of remdesivir. So these are the quotas which Government of India allocates, and I will not blame them. Whatever possible they are doing from their side. But it is really a challenge. There is no night which is gone. I mean to say,
no, but there seems to be a lack of coordination,
frightening
sir.
For
sir, let's be
everyone
honest.
of us.
There seems to, Mr. Tope, sir, I'm not trying to minimize the challenge, but there seems to be a lack of coordination between Mumbai and Delhi. Whether it is to do with remdesivir supplies or oxygen supplies. Last week, Uddhav Thackeray, the Chief Minister, had claimed that oxygen supplies were running short. This week, we are told about remdesivir supplies. There seems to be a lack of coordination. Why is it that this is particularly so about Maharashtra? Why can't you have a better working relationship between Delhi and Mumbai?
No, I am very clear that I have always been talking to Honorable Harshavardhan ji, the Public Health Minister for Government of India, and also the Secretary, Mr. Rajesh Bhushan. They are very kind to us. They are gentlemen people, but still the demand is increasing, and we are not able to. They are not able to cater to our demands. That is, but very clear. But because on paper. Right. We have always been mentioning that we need 60,000, 70,000 vials in a day, but they are not able to provide us that quota because might be the production of the respective 7 companies might be not to the mark which can suffice the demand of the whole country. Right. Might that be the reason? Or secondly, yes, oxygen also we require approximately 500 metric tons. Now they are providing 350 metric tons. The turnaround time is a challenge because now even Mr. Modi ji has allowed for airlifting of the empty containers, tankers, and then the tankers can come with the oxygen by road. So these some of the easing of the systems has been done by Government of India. But still the challenges remains ahead. Even the vaccination is a big challenge. Vaccination, of course, we are from the day one we are continuously in demand that we need 8 lakhs vaccines doses per day. We are capable to handle, we are capable to administer these many doses. We have the resources, that much number of centers for vaccination, that much number of human resources to vaccinate 8 lakhs shortage. And sir, you are saying 8 lakhs a day, but do you have the vaccinations to actually do 8 lakhs a day from the 1st of May? Will you be able to vaccinate all? There seems to be a vaccine shortage. Absolutely. Absolutely, we can do 8 lakhs a day. Since last 2-3 weeks, we have written letters, n number of letters to Government of India that we can vaccinate 8 lakhs a day. Please ensure that at least you supply vaccination of the entire week, so that in pan Maharashtra we can supply them, because if a vaccination is given in a destination of Pune or Mumbai, it is in the one part of Maharashtra. To supply this vaccination to the total east of Maharashtra, it takes at least a day or two. So if a total quantum of a week is provided at one go, so that will ensure that we can ensure to the Government of India that we can use the optimum capacity of the resources and the centers which are spread in the pan Maharashtra. So that is our argument. So I think if the vaccines are provided in large numbers as per our demand, we can increase the capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but the sense I get, because today also former Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has claimed that Maharashtra has reduced the RT-PCR tests because you want to show the numbers to be lower. The sense I get, I come back to it, there is a general sense of politics, too much of politics, and a lack of coordination. Lack of preparedness first and a lack of coordination. And rather than play this blame game, the time has come to get your act together, whether it's vaccine shortage, whether it's testing, whether it's remdesivir supplies, whether it's oxygen supplies. All of this needs better coordination. Do we need otherwise the numbers will continue to spiral.
Rajdeep ji, I am very clear that I had always been talking to even the opposition leader. He is very good friend of mine, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, even to Praveen Darekar, even Mr. Gadkari. I had always been speaking one-to-one that if you can arrange one-to-one meeting with the Honorable Harshvardhan ji and we can increase the vaccination or the remdesivir or like oxygen demand also, these things we can go directly to Delhi, sit across the table and decide show on paper that this is our demand, and so you should please increase the oxygen demand as well as the seeing to the oxygen demand, increase the oxygen quantum, even remdesivir quantum, or the
Sir,
whatever like requirement that comes from Government of India. So there is a there is coordination from our side. It is not at all, we don't want to blame anyone. Never I have said anything against Government of India that they are not helping us. It is never I have said in any of the interview.
Sir,
at present also I am just keeping my stand that this much I am requiring, and the quantum is fixed by Government of India. That is what I am saying, and there is no blame game, there is no politics, to be very clear.
Right.
And there is a proper coordination. Only thing is I don't know what are the difficulties of Government of India for not providing to the requirement of our state. That is one point. And the preparedness point of view, I am very clear that yes, we have stopped all the developmental works. We have deviated all our funds exclusively for COVID work. So there is no compromise on health side of for our people of Maharashtra. We had never compromised and we will never compromise at all. We had given ample funds to the district level. We have given delegated the authority to the collector. Even the purchases are being done by collector. The rates are being fixed at the state level. They can directly take any of the decisions. So delegation of authority, then funds provision has been very, very clear on our government side. So preparedness, there should not be any problem. Only thing, yes, the surge in the second wave is really very much high as compared which we.
So that has caught you off guard. Okay, I will ask you one final question.
Little bit.
Are you going to extend the lockdown beyond the 1st of May? There's a lot of concern. Are you going to extend the lockdown? Do you have any choice but to extend this lockdown?
Lockdown is always from the perspective of like if we are having shortages of beds, medicines and doctors and all. So if there is a gap of 20%, 10 to 20%, if we are reaching to the overwhelming of the hospital, then we go for lockdown. Such is the position when any state, any country goes for lockdown. That is the thumb rule which is being used in the pan world, I mean to say, in the pan globe, across the globe. So if we find a situation at the end of May, at the end of April, and if we think that yes, extension is required, so on that day we will take a proper judgment. As now you can see that yesterday the today's numbers are 50,000, which were 70,000 2 days before. So if the number starts decreasing, then there will
That's because you are testing less.
No chance of extension. But yes, if No, it's not a testing at all. We are testing 2 lakhs per day. We are testing even in the per million parameter, which is always being observed in the COVID parameters. So per million testing also Maharashtra is quite doing quite a high number of testings. RT-PCR, we are 70% RT-PCR, 30% only antigen. UP and all, they are exactly vice versa. They are just doing 90% antigen and 10% RT-PCR.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.